everyone. I am Ranjan Jena, the founder and CEO of eMarket Education, running a digital marketing training institute. For me, in order to become a good digital marketer, there are certain practices you need to follow, and those are very important as you're trying to learn a subject, and you know that after learning the subject, you need to implement it on a given website. So everything what you're learning has to be implemented on a site. So why don't, if you literally want to become a good performer in digital marketing, then why don't you practice the same at your end when you start with your career? So what I mean to say over here is, why don't you have your own blog site, a free blog site, if you feel that you don't have enough of fund with you to literally maintain that, or to go for a paid website. So why don't you start with a free blog site? Or if you feel that yes, I can just jump onto a paid website, I can own my own site, then I would prefer having your own website. So in order to start with your digital marketing career, it's very important anywhere, wherever you start your learning program, whether it's online, offline, or through a mentor or through your own efforts, it's very important that you have something at your end where you got to practice those things that you're learning. So for that, you need a blog site or website. So that is the first and most important thing. Okay, one very important thing. The very next important point to remember here is, yes, you are trying, because the reason why digital marketing has become so popular then compared to the traditional media is for certain parameters, and one of the strong parameter is the targeting options, and the very next point is you can track and measure anything and everything happening online. So in order to have a good learning with digital marketing, it's very important that you own your own website or blog site, and then you need to make sure that you are integrating all those features that you can be able to track and measure anything and everything happening on your site. And for that, immediately you should be knowing how to integrate Google Analytics and Webmaster to your website, because only through these two mediums you will get to know what exactly the audience is doing on your site, how your website is performing, and how your behavior is, how your audience is behaving, and how your digital marketing is supporting. So the second point is able to integrate Google Analytics and Webmaster. Okay, that is the second point. And third thing is, whatever is being taught to you, whatever you are learning, you should be able to practice it on your blog site or website on a regular basis, because without consistency, I don't think you will be a better learner. So it's very important that you have to maintain the consistency with that same dedication and commitment. So that's something very important. And so that is the third thing, the consistency and the dedication that you need to follow up towards the learning process and implementation on your blog or website. That is the third point. The fourth point would be keeping yourself updated with the fundamentals, the foundational steps, and also keeping yourself updated with the latest thing that is happening in the market, so that you are up to date with the latest trend to execute whenever you work on any of the projects. So very important thing is keep yourself up to date through different blog sites, through YouTube, through different other channels, wherever you can find whatever the latest trends happening in digital marketing, and making sure that you are updating yourself, and also you are testing it out on your website or blog site on a regular basis, so that when you jump onto a project work, you are able to execute those things, because those are the current market trends or market demands happening. So that is the fourth point. And the fifth point is, please have, the most important thing is, please have your virtual or online or offline mentors with whom you will be able to discuss, share, and you should be able to learn many more things, so that you can be a better performer with your digital marketing project. Because you need someone who should be able to analyze you, who should be able to analyze your work, whom you can reach out during your doubts, during any sort of clarification needed, with whom you should be able to discuss about the subject, about the knowledge, so that you know that yes, whatever I am thinking is just a part of the thing, but then this is what my mentor, this is what my senior, this is what my role models are actually suggesting me, or this is what they are adapting. So I should also start following their footsteps and start doing the same implementation. So you will see that it's sometimes very important to hold on to two or three or four mentors and just follow them religiously and track their habits and make sure that whatever they are telling you, whatever they are speaking through the blogs, through the videos, through the social media through the social media channels, you are able to follow that up, you are able to digest it, and you are able to execute it on your website. Is that clear, guys? So very important thing, just to conclude, if you are starting with your digital marketing career and after doing all those learning process, if you want to become a better performer, it's very important you follow these 5 points religiously. Okay, and what is that? The first thing is you need to immediately have your own free blog site or website. That is the first most important thing. Second thing, make sure that you are able to track and measure anything and happening on your site. For that, you need to integrate Google Analytics and Webmaster with your site. That is the second part. The third thing is make sure that you follow the consistency and dedication of whatever the things you're learning to be implemented on your blog site for better understanding. That is the third thing. The fourth important point is making sure that you keep up to date with the latest trends, what is happening in the market, and being able to test it out, being able to experiment on those things on your blog or website for better learning, better discussion, better debate with any of your peers, with your colleagues and all. And the last point is have role models. Okay, have role models whom you are going to follow up, and making sure that whatever they are telling you, teaching you, telling through the practices, you are also doing the same thing at your end, and then you are trying to learn with those role models, because you cannot literally follow anyone and everyone, because there is so much of information being shared online that you sometimes get confused, you might get deviated, you might get diverted. So very important that I just choose the best of these 3 or 5 people around my specializations, around my learning parameters, and I'm going to just be on to them and then make sure that I follow whatever they're saying and I try to test it out. So these are the 5 most important things that you have to do. There could be many more points, but I just want to keep this discussion very simple, and I want to make sure that it's practical enough that you can go take it back and you can follow it, you can practice on it, you can just execute it very easily. So around that parameter, these 5 points literally is going to help you out. And